students, today we're going to learn when to use defining relative clauses and non-defining relative clauses. So first of all, you must understand what is a relative clause, okay? You have all this information also written in Spanish in your workbook. On workbook page 127, you have this information on page 127 and 128. So now I'm going to give you 1 minute to pause this video and then you read all this information before I start explaining, okay? So pause the video. So as you've read, this sentence, the relative clause, is a sentence, a subordinate sentence that is added to a main sentence to add extra information or to complete this sentence, okay? And this relative clause is introduced by a relative pronoun. The relative pronouns, as you know, are who, which is used to introduce information about a person, which is used to introduce information about an object or a thing, when, which introduces information about time, where, information about a place, and then we have whose, which introduces information about possession. So if we use whose after a person and then we introduce an object, means that this object belongs to this person. Okay? So if we use these relative pronouns, it means that we are going to introduce a relative clause. And relative clauses can be defining or non-defining. So what is the difference between a defining and non-defining relative clause? Defining means that the information that this relative pronoun introduces is essential. Is essential information to understand the sentence. So for example, in the sentence, Bill Gates is the man who founded Microsoft. So, if we eliminate the sentence introduced by the relative pronoun who founded Microsoft, the sentence Bill Gates is the man is incomplete. Okay? There is no meaning. So we need this relative sentence to complete the meaning. So that is the meaning of defining. It's essential information to understand the main sentence. Okay? And this relative sentence, is defining relative sentence, doesn't need any commas or anything. It's introduced with who and then the sentence. This who can be replaced by that. I can say Bill Gates is the man who founded Microsoft, but I also can say Bill Gates is the man that founded Microsoft. Okay? So in defining relative clauses, who, which, and also when can be replaced by that. So that can only be used in defining relative clauses, okay? We can also use in defining relative clauses where or whose, but they cannot be replaced by that, okay? And it's introduced with no need of commas or anything. On the contrary, non-defining relative clauses, instead of introducing essential information, introduces extra information. Okay? So for example, in this example, Bill Gates, who founded Microsoft, started the company in a garage. So, if we eliminate who founded Microsoft, which is a relative clause, the non-defining relative clause, the main sentence, Bill Gates started a company in a garage, does it have any meaning? Yes. So Bill Gates started a company in a garage is a complete sentence. So who founded Microsoft is extra information that we add. And it's extra information, so we introduce it between commas. So in defining relative clauses as is extra information, we need commas, not in the defining clause, okay? And here we cannot replace this by that. You cannot say Bill Gates that founded Microsoft started the company, no. So in the non-defining relative clauses we use who, we use which, we use when, where or whose, but not that, okay? So this is the main difference between defining and non-defining relative clauses. Now, in order to understand it more, you need to practice. You can start doing the workbook activities, and then if you need more practice, you can do the students' book activities. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can send me a message in Classroom or an email, or you can wait till next week virtual conference. Okay? Enjoy the week and keep safe. Bye-bye.